solid gold micro-rotor, forest green sector dial, Lucent Steel, under 12,000 US dollars. That's a lot of boxes ticked. Any LUC Chopard review should start with this little bit of information. The brand represents the fine watchmaking part of the Chopard watchmaking world, and it produces just 2,000 to 4,000 watches a year. And they are highly desirable watches, with many being finished to a Geneva Seal standard and many winning awards at the GPHG each year for all kinds of achievements in watchmaking, including the Full Strike, one of my favorite chiming watches of all time. Now, this represents a very different end of the spectrum. This is your entry level to LUC Chopard watchmaking, and it is priced at around $11,000. I start with that important fact because if you're the sort of person that only shops where you can afford, then perhaps you've written this brand off, but do not do that because this one might have come into your consideration. 40 millimeters diameter, 7.2 millimeters thin, and 65 hours power reserve. These are numbers that add up to potentially the Goldilocks of Goldilocks in watch terms. This LUC XPS Forest Green watch hits that spot that is going to be a comfortable wear, an impressive watch on the wrist, and with you ticking away from the Friday you put it in the drawer and the Monday when you pull it back out again to start the week. If you, like me, are forever in the quest for an LUC Chopard that is within budget, I present to you the perfect set of numbers and perhaps the sexiest combination of colors available. We've talked a lot about that, but let's add this sector dial to the mix. And I've always been a little bit confused about the definition of sector dials. Does the sector need to intersect all the way to the handset in the middle? The answer is no, not at all. And here is an archetypal sector dial, which features 2 concentric rings, one for the minutes and one for the hours. Now, the most noticeable feature of any watch is its dial, and this is an absolutely perfect example of why the sector dial remains so popular to this day. Now, to go historical for a moment, if you'll allow me, the sector dial sits between the art house movements and the Bauhaus movements, and it has a little bit of both in each. It has the concentric circles typical of Art Deco and the functionality of Bauhaus. And by functionality, I simply mean legibility. On the wrist, you can see from the markers for the hours clearly marked, and then the concentric ring for the minutes hands. There are Chopard twists all over this watch, from the case and lugs to those signature rhodium plated Dauphine hands. This watch is Chopard all day and all night. The chronometer inscription is visual recognition of the in-house movement, the LUC 9612L caliber, housed inside this Lucent Steel case. Now, this caseback really is a window into the LUC Chopard world and reflects it with the Côte de Genève striping, the perlage underneath the micro-rotor, and of course the finishing of that micro-rotor, which is just exquisite. Now, here's the thing about Lucent Steel. It is brighter than the common steel and tougher than the common steel, which means that it will bear many less scratches than your standard steel watch in 904L or 316 or the other variations you're used to. So all told, we have a ticket to ride. You have a ticket to ride to LUC Town. And it's a watch that gives more than the other entry-level watches I've seen from LUC Chopard in terms of, yes, that color scheme, but also this perfect wrist feel. Has this changed the way you think about LUC? Has it brought it into a consideration set? Tell me in the comments below. Thanks for watching Time+Tide.